5280 Sports Network on a Thursday. Welcome to your Morning Minute. Nate Lundy, Sean Drotar, thanks for stopping by. Sean, I said that Carlos Gonzales needed to go 350, hit 350 on this 10-game road trip. You said you were going to be happy with 280. How do you feel about Cargo hitting 464 over the last 7 games?
Well, pretty good, obviously. And I thought that was a bit aggressive and optimistic, but it turns out that you were too conservative, apparently. You missed it by 100 points. Gonzales, of course, now has basically caught fire, which is great. Trevor Story came back into the lineup, got a hit, and drew 2 walks to boot, still swinging too hard, something that I know I hear Nate's teeth grind every time we discuss that. But you can overcome that, I think, if Carlos Gonzales is playing the way he's playing, because there are other guys where you don't often get big-time offense, like DJ LeMahieu at second. Oh, and the guy leading the National League in RBI, Charlie Blackmon, who's a leadoff hitter.
Yeah, it's amazing to see a guy with 40 RBIs as a leadoff hitter. That just doesn't happen based on just the way the lineup manages to go. The Rockies are also taking advantage, Sean, of the woes of the Phillies, excuse me, who have lost 20 of their last 24 games. But this is what you need to do on road trips like this. When you've got a team that is against the ropes, that is not playing well, that's struggling with their pitching, they're struggling with their hitting, you have to take advantage of that. And today, with the day game, they could sweep.
Well, the narrative changes. When you're a team that's trying to make your mark and trying to become a contender, then you always hear the negative. Yeah, but they played these soft teams on a schedule. And that's in every sport. So they had a soft part of the schedule. You don't hear about let's move it to the NFL, the New England Patriots. People go, oh, well, they had a soft schedule. They did, but nobody cares at that point because they know they're a good team, and so they're expected to beat the opponents that they're put in front of them. In the Rockies' case, they just don't get the benefit of that narrative because they haven't been consistently good. But now, to me, this road trip has made a very big statement. Either win or lose today. You win 7 or 8 on a road trip. You've beaten the teams you're supposed to be beaten, and now I think you do make that statement. No, we're not a fluke at this point. We're good.
We've got the podcast and video coverage for you from out at Dove Valley with Ryan Green and Jake Marsing in terms of the Broncos and Week 1 of OTAs. Yesterday, one of your favorite guys that's been added to the staff, Brock Olivo, the special teams coordinator, was talking about Isaiah McKenzie and Carlos Henderson. And I think coming out of the draft, if you're a special teams coordinator with Denver, you're happy no matter what, because a couple of very, very promising playmakers have been added to the roster, and guys that really can make an impact, kick returning and punt returning, something that they've needed help with.
Yeah, these are guys that now provide options. The Broncos have in the last few years with the special teams, especially on the punt return, has kind of been who's the last person standing who can just do it, as opposed to being able to use that as someone who can be a weapon for you. And even when they had Trenton Holiday not that long ago, it was still the understanding of, well, you might take it back or he might fumble. The Broncos are hoping for better than that. And sometimes what's worth keeping in mind, as Henderson and McKenzie probably get the first 2 cracks at it, is it's also not necessarily about taking it to the house. The Broncos have had a grand total of 12 kickoff returns for touchdowns in their entire franchise history. Sometimes it's about knowing when to field it, when not to field it, when to let it bounce, when not to let it bounce. All these sort of situations that come into play with it. When the Broncos don't have it, they really put an offense that might be a little bit shaky from the get-go in a bad position. So it's a huge part of the game, even though it doesn't feel like it.
And let's be honest, it's exactly how all of us take on our day. We could fumble, or we could take it to the house. Here's hoping that your Thursday is you taking it to the house. We're back with you tomorrow morning for a Friday edition of the program, 7 a.m. on Mile High Sports Radio, AM 1340 and FM 1047. And as I mentioned, Jake and Ryan with all the coverage from out at Dove Valley with Week 1 of OTAs posted up at 5280sportsnetwork.com and milehighsports.com. Thanks for being a part of it. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. For Sean, I'm Nate. See ya.